Du Plessis.
But Pereira's quite a competitor. I mean, he's willing to come in and take this right from Sean Strickland. And I just share with you, like, I really like the concept from Pereira. Pereira is one win away. It's got to be at heavyweight. It's got to be a guy with a belt. But he is one win away from ending the conversation of GOAT. Like, I don't want you to think that I'm giving Pereira a hard time. I'm coming to you from a perspective of, it surprised me. It was very out of character for Pereira. Pereira had a golden opportunity to wish him well, kid. Hey, new era. I used to be king down there.
If he's not famous,
now these guys that I've knocked out are the #1 contenders. And look at this guy's come in and he sure looks like he's doing a good job. I'd love to work with him sometime. I mean, it's one of those things where he could have beat Dricus just by dismissing. Just by
Fight fans, welcome back to Luxury Tainments. In today's video, we'll look at the potential fight between Dricus Du Plessis versus Alex Pereira at 205 pounds, which would be a thrilling encounter with Du Plessis' relentless cardio and grappling against Pereira's striking power and experience at light heavyweight. While Du Plessis has the tools to drag Pereira into a grueling battle, Pereira's ability to end the fight with a single strike makes him a constant threat. Ultimately, the outcome would hang on whether Du Plessis can survive Pereira's early onslaught and capitalize on his own strengths as the fight progresses. Now let's look at how the matchup could play out. Cardio and durability. Du Plessis, known as Stillknocks, has built a reputation as a cardio machine. His ability to maintain a relentless pace over 5 rounds is a significant advantage, particularly against a fighter like Pereira, who has been known to slow down in later rounds. Well-rounded skill set. Du Plessis has a versatile game with the ability to finish fights both standing and on the ground. His grappling in particular could pose problems for Pereira, who is primarily a striker. Momentum in middleweight. Having already defeated top contenders like Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker and Sean Strickland, Du Plessis is riding a wave of confidence and momentum. This psychological edge could play a crucial role in this high-profile fight. Now let's look at the disadvantages for Dricus Du Plessis. Experience at 205 pounds. Du Plessis has not yet competed at light heavyweight in the UFC, which could be a disadvantage if the fight takes place at 205 pounds. Pereira, on the other hand, has already proven his ability to perform at this weight class. Striking defense. While Du Plessis is tough, his striking defense has been questioned in previous fights. Pereira, with his elite kickboxing background, could exploit any defensive lapses with devastating consequences. Now let's take a look at the advantages for Alex Pereira. Striking power and precision. Pereira, a former Glory kickboxing champion, is one of the most dangerous strikers in the UFC. His knockout power and precision could end the fight with a single, well-placed strike, especially if Du Plessis leaves any openings. Experience at light heavyweight. Pereira has already competed at 205 pounds in the UFC, where he has looked stronger, more durable, and more mobile. His success in this division, including victories over Jan Blachowicz and Jiri Prochazka, demonstrates his ability to handle larger opponents. Chin and durability at 205 pounds. The move to light heavyweight seems to have improved Pereira's durability, as he no longer has to endure the draining weight cuts to 185 pounds. This added resilience could be key in withstanding Du Plessis' pressure. Now let's look at the disadvantages for Alex Pereira. Grappling vulnerabilities. While Pereira has made improvements in his grappling, it remains his weakest area. Du Plessis, with his grappling skills, could exploit this by taking Pereira down and controlling him on the ground. Cardio. Pereira has struggled with cardio in the past, particularly in fights that go into the later rounds. Du Plessis, with his relentless pace, could push Pereira into deep waters, testing his endurance and mental fortitude. Over the last few years, many UFC fighters have been addicted to the idea of becoming a champ. They want to mimic the likes of Conor McGregor, whether it be Islam Makhachev, Bilal Muhammad or Leon Edwards. Everyone wants a crack at the two titles. Alexander Volkanovski also tried this and failed. Now, that talk has come up with the new UFC middleweight champion, Dricus Du Plessis, and the current light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. The latter has expressed interest in moving down and reclaiming the belt he once held. However, if there is a champ versus champ fight to be had, though it better to hold it at 205 pounds. Now, Alex Pereira, Poatan, had a time at middleweight. It culminated in 3 wins and beating Israel Adesanya for the belt at UFC 281 in 2022. He lost it in a rematch right after, then went to light heavyweight where he beat Jan Blachowicz and won the vacant title against Jiří Procházka. Alex Pereira defended the belt against Jamahal Hill and Procházka once more. In all these light heavyweight fights, he looks fuller, stronger, assertive and more mobile. He had shades of the kickboxer who held the light heavyweight gold in Glory as well. There he got the middleweight belt too, but like the UFC, the weight cuts to 185 pounds drained him. At 205 pounds, though, fighters have more energy, body mass and fluid in the brain. This translates to Pereira having a better chin. He doesn't look like the fighter Adesanya knocked out. Taking these shots from the 205 pounds in the UFC is proof in the pudding. This is why Du Plessis said he prefers to battle Pereira at 205 pounds. The South African wants no excuses for a depleted Brazilian opponent at 185 pounds. He wants the strongest Pereira, someone efficient, optimal, and durable. Dricus Du Plessis admitted he's focused on cleaning out the middleweight division first and foremost. Du Plessis has already beaten Adesanya, Sean Strickland and Robert Whittaker. There are contenders like Khamzat Chimaev and Chaya Borrelho around. Whatever his next fight or two is, once he retains gold, it makes sense to move up to 105 pounds. Should Pereira beat Khalil Roundtree at UFC 307 and still have the light heavyweight crown by that time, both men will have super strong brands. Dricus Du Plessis will be known as a durable cardio machine whose style might be ugly but who can knock out or submit their opponents. Poatan, Alex Pereira, as usual, will be deemed the popular titan of the UFC. Notably, Pereira doesn't need the middleweight strap to validate his career and legacy. Is a future Hall of Fame entrant. Dricus Du Plessis, though, could claim 2 belts in style, staying at 205 pounds, which makes the UFC fresh again. Dricus Du Plessis has juggernauts and highly skilled individuals who have the same slobber knocker vibe. Imagine Procházka or Blachowicz challenging him. Dricus Du Plessis can grapple as well, so these fights would be pretty even. More so, they'd create the exciting spectacle UFC President Dana White wants, as he's clearly tired of wrestling. Having Dricus Du Plessis at 205 pounds, with punches rather than lapping the circuit at middleweight, is more invigorating. Historically, rematches when dominant champions like Volkanovski and Kamaru Usman ruled their divisions went stale quickly. Dricus Du Plessis should learn from that. Taking Poatan's head off would allow him, even if he keeps the 185-pound belt, to focus on wrestler strikers like Hill, Magomed Ankalaev and Alexander Rakic. Dricus Du Plessis will ultimately be fresh blood, and the kind of fighter that light heavyweight prides itself on. Middleweight may not be much of a challenge for him in due time. 205 pounds, though has more enticing prospects for a bully his size, with the possibility of a Poatan trilogy as well. It hasn't been a division of gladiators since John Jones left, but Stillknocks has what it takes to change that. Folks doubted he could do it at 185 pounds, but there he is, an African champ atop the mountain. Why not move up and rule that division too? So guys, who do you have winning between Dricus Du Plessis versus Alex Pereira? So guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and have a fabulous day.